Polaris never moves. That's all you need to know, that we're not moving, that Polaris is in a fixed position in our sky and everything turns around it. What is it? I don't know. But the Georgia Guidestones, the whole Georgia Guidestones.
Yep.
Yeah. The Polaris never moves. I challenge you, go in your car, get it like a straw and tape it to the car out the window and line it up with Polaris. All right? The car's sitting still. Now drive down the road for 4 years. Okay? And look through that and tell me if Polaris is still there. Because they can go east and come back to right where they started, or west, right? Follow this compass west. It always has to point towards the center, which is the north. Right. And it takes you right back to where you are. Billions of people have circumnavigated east and west, right? Nobody has circumnavigated south, ever, right? East and west, billions. South, north, never happened. And that's because the earth is flat, right? Amelia Earhart, she went east or west, whatever direction she went. Just a big circle.
Why does no one question this?
Because it's too simple. It's right there in front of our faces, but we've been ball programmed.
Because here's the crazy. These are the questions that pop in my head. How far does this wall firmament thing go? Is it because I just happened to watch the Truman Show again about
the Truman Show.
The 2 months ago.
Okay.
And other than the main stuff, you know what stuck out to me the most? In the very beginning, when he was walking out of his house, and I don't think people picked up on it, was this metallic thing drops and crashes in the middle of the street.
The light.
Yeah, and he goes out and he picks it up, and my wife and I are very awake, and so as it goes, I go, what did that just say? I backed it up, reversed it, and the light says Sirius on it.
Yeah.
North Star. And I'm like, oh my God, that's the movie right there.
No, it just amazes me. Well, and I don't know, continue on, and I'll ask you questions as we go.
I mean, you asked me what was one of the things that convinced me. And one of them was, when I started looking into this, there was all these things about boats going over the horizon. I'm like, wait, boats go over the horizon. And then I saw these videos like, wait a minute, you zoom in and a boat that apparently went over the horizon comes back into view. Well, then it can't go over the horizon, because if it went over the horizon, you wouldn't be able to zoom it back into view. And then, so I went and I bought a $1,000 camera, a tripod, and I zoomed in on a buoy that should have been 60 feet under the curve, and I could see the buoy. And not only could I see the buoy, I could see the surface of the water beyond the buoy. These things are impossible on a ball. They tell us the radius of the Earth is just short of 4,000 miles. Here's an example. Qantas is out of Australia. So if you wanted to go from Australia to Santiago, the shortest trip, if the Earth was a ball, would just be straight across the bottom of the globe, right? Mm-hmm. Right across the bottom. Mm-hmm. But they don't do that. They go all the way up in the northern hemisphere, all the way across, and all the way back down. Why do they do that? Right? And if you look at it on a flat Earth map, it's pretty much a straight line.
Oh my God.
Okay? Amazing so much. So do you know which planet this is?
Is that Jupiter?
You would think that's Jupiter, but that's because you're programmed. It's actually a lake with ducks and grass. Okay? So what I'm showing...
That is brainwashing. That is so good.
Right? So this was a picture from 2014 that everyone's seen. They also have this giant globe that's painted this way in a NASA facility. There's photos of it from a distance in the daylight. And then 2 years later, they said, hey, we realized that Jupiter has a magnetic core because we got pictures of the northern lights. Look at this. You don't need Photoshop for this. You need MS Paint, okay, to drop that in there. This is an official picture from NASA saying that this is the northern lights. And if you look, this is all clouds, right? They haven't changed in 4 years. Look, every cloud is exactly the same. This is
Apparently
just lighter.
It's not hard to lie. People buy it.
A pool table have nothing to do with the shape of the pool table. You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
And so when we see things, our mind is, we perceive things differently. One thing is the way we see in a circle. We see the same distance in all directions, okay? So if a guy's standing here, this is the limit of his vision. This is the limit of his vision. This is the limit of his vision. It's the same distance to all of these points. But if you put a line across that, because you can see farther across the sky, well, your brain will go, oh, it's a globe, because that's what they've been programmed. That's the edge of the curved horizon.
Yeah.
This is not. It's just the limit of your vision. You see in a circle, right? Your mind will make up shit, okay? outside of the moon. Well, the heliocentric model is the face of the moon is locked to the Earth. So it's rotating, but it rotates in sync with the Earth because the Earth's gravity is holding on to one side of the moon magically. Okay? Crazy, but that's what they tell us. And they say on a flat Earth, if it was moving around the top of the flat Earth, as it moves away, it would change its angle. You know, it would look like an ellipse, if you move a disc around. Yeah, and they're right. But I don't think that's how we see the sun and the moon. I don't believe the sun and the moon that we see are physical. I believe that they are projections. They are reflections within the system. And here's a shot in a curved swimming pool. Now, this guy's body is facing the direction his face is facing. It's not facing the camera.
Right.